Hi everybody and welcome back to Harry's Music Room. This video is a response to Rob Walker, who would like us to show 10 records about famous people or celebrities. So I'm going to get started with the Royal Guardsman and the Red Baron. Now, the Red Baron, I'm going to read some from my notes here. Real name was Manfred Albrecht von Richthofen. I hope I got that right. German fighter pilot in World War One. I think they said he had 80 confirmed kills. Shot down over France in 1918. The Royal Guardsmen actually did 3 different songs. They did Snoopy and the Red Baron. They did The Return of the Red Baron, which is this album. And then they also did a Christmas song, Snoopy's Christmas, and which featured the Red Baron as well. So my first choice then is the Red Baron. Next up, we have a song by the Byrds, and it's called He Was a Friend of Mine. And the lyrics, I'll just read you the lyrics. He was a friend of mine. His killing had no purpose, no reason, or rhyme. He was a friend of mine. He was in Dallas town. From a 6th-floor window, a gunner shot him down. He died in Dallas town. He never knew my name, though I never met him. I knew him just the same. Oh, he was a friend of mine. Leader of a nation, for such a precious time, he was a friend of mine. So the Byrds did a song in tribute to John F. Kennedy. And then next we have a song about a fellow by the name of Charles Starkweather. Charles, along with his girlfriend, went on a killing rampage across Nebraska. Killed 11 people. And Bruce wrote the song Nebraska about Charles Starkweather. Some of the lyrics, and this occurred in 1958. I can't say that I'm sorry for the things we done. At least for a little while, me and her, we had us some fun. Now the jury brought in a guilty verdict, and the judge, he sentenced me to death. Midnight in a prison storeroom with leather straps across my chest. Sheriff, when the man pulls that switch, sir, and snaps my poor head back, you make sure my pretty baby is sitting right there on my lap. So, true story of Charles Starkweather. Sad story. 1958, killed 11 people. And Bruce put it on his record with the title track, Nebraska. Great album, by the way. Great album. And this is just, this week, I think, is being released by Vinyl Me Please on brown colored vinyl, which I have on pre-order. My next song is about, could very easily have been American Pie, because he talks about so many people. But I'm going to pick the song Vincent, which is about Vincent van Gogh. Vincent van Gogh was one of the most famous and influential painters. I think they said he had over 600 works of art, maybe as many as 900, but 600 can be confirmed. And the lyrics to this song: when no hope was left in sight, on that starry, starry night, you took your life as lovers often do. But I could have told you, Vincent, this world was never meant for one as beautiful as you. So, Vincent van Gogh by Don McLean. And the next one is another reference to John F. Kennedy. And this one is called Abraham, Martin, and John. by Dion. The song was written by Dick Holler. Um, it was basically the story of three people who were assassinated. And the lyrics go, "Anybody here see my old friend Bobby? Can you tell me where he's gone? I thought I saw him walking up over the hill with Abraham, Martin, and John." So it's not only Abraham Lincoln, Martin Luther King, John F. Kennedy, but the last verse he mentions Bobby Kennedy. And then up next we have Reuben Hurricane Carter, and Bob Dylan wrote the song, the famous song about the hurricane. Now, as a result of Bob Dylan's involvement in the song, Reuben was given a retrial. There were a lot of questions raised about the original trial and conviction, but he was given a retrial and found guilty again and sentenced to 2 life sentences. Now, the next person, number 6, would be John Lennon. And actually, this is going to be a twofer because George Harrison wrote the song all those years ago about John. And he said, "You point the way to the truth when you say all you need is love. Living with good and bad, I always looked upon you. Now we're left cold and sad by someone, the devil's best friend, someone who offended all. All those years ago, you made it all so clear." And then, of course, this was 1981, I believe. Excuse me. And then in 1982, Paul McCartney released the song Here Today, which he wrote about John. And then in that song, he says, "What about the time we met? Well, I suppose that you could say we were playing hard to get. Don't understand a thing, but we could always sing. What about the night we cried? Because there wasn't any reason left to keep it all inside." Beautiful song. And George's song and Paul's song, both wonderful tributes to John Lennon. And then that was number 7. Number 8 is going to be Sir Duke Ellington. Stevie Wonder wrote the song about him. He also mentions numerous other people in the song, but the song is basically titled after Duke Ellington. But he does say, "Music knows it and always will be one of the things that life just won't quit. But here are some of music's pioneers that time will not allow us to forget. Now there's Basie, Miller, Satchmo, and the king of all, Sir Duke. And with a voice like Ella's ringing out, there's no way the band can lose." Sir Duke on Songs in the Key of Life, and this particular one, I still have the 7-inch bonus single that comes with it. One of the great artists of our time. And then for famous person number 9, I don't know, I assume everybody around the world knows who Bill Hicks is. Bill Hicks was an American stand-up comedian who did political, topical, controversial humor, but it all rang true. And there's a song on Choochtown by Hamel on Trial called Bill Hicks. And it says, let's see, "I wish Bill Hicks was still alive. I would bring my friends to see his brilliant comedy, watch him needle an aristocrat. I wouldn't resurrect him just for that. For all the reasons I have just to bring Bill back from the grave. The world is crazy, and you're on your own. I hear Bill's voice. I feel I'm not alone. I wish Bill Hicks was alive." Yeah, I do too. If you're not familiar with his humor, by all means, check him out on YouTube. There's a lot of stuff out there on Bill Hicks. And the last famous person that had a song written about him, I'm going to go with Bo Diddley and the Animals doing the story of Bo Diddley. Great song. He tells a story in the song about Bo coming in and hearing the Animals play, and Bo saying, "What do you think about these guys doing our music?" And it's a great song. Check it out if you haven't heard it. So anyways, those are my 10 songs about famous people. Thank you to Rob Walker for bringing up the idea, and I hope you enjoyed it. I want to thank everybody who subscribed to my channel. I really do appreciate it. I just went over, what was it, 800, I think. So I'm slowly climbing up the ladder there, and I really appreciate everybody watching. And if you haven't subbed already and you like the content that I'm doing, please do subscribe. I do appreciate it. So until next time, everybody, ciao.